Beat him senseless.
You and me and you, we gonna throw down. That's right, we gonna get serious.
You can run, but you can't hide.
It's time for the Fuller Broadcast with your host, Jeff Fuller.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Fuller Broadcast 24/7 Sports News, live interviews. I do media coverage and interviews with BKFC fighters, MMA, UFC, you name it. If you guys want your story told about your fights, your future fights coming up, just message me. I'll be glad to interview you guys. So let's bring on Paul the Ninja Turtle. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, man. Doing really great. How about yourself?
You're gonna load the picture behind you. Hang on. You like that now?
I like that.
All right. So, how you been ever since the last time we talked, bro?
I've been pretty good actually, man. Just working, living life, basically.
All right, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Am I breaking up?
Yeah, you're still breaking up a little. That's fine. As long as if you're doing it, they can still hear your voice. So, give us a little detail. How's your training been going? And I know the last time with the COVID-19, you had a fight that was the guy backed out, so you couldn't fight out on that card at Cotton Eye Joe. So, give us how that rundown and how that made you feel with all that training you went through.
Man, when he backed out the way he did right there, like 2 weeks out from the fight on January 9th, it really kind of pissed me off because I had been training like every day because I was getting ready to make that pop. I was gonna make that my last MMA fight, but since it didn't go through, this one coming up on the second will be my final MMA fight. I'm retiring after that.
So you're gonna just go work full time now after this fight?
Oh no, I'm just retired from MMA. I'm going straight to bare knuckle.
So, with your training, how's your training been going? Like, you've been I know you've been full time, and you had some personal issues, which I will not talk about it live on your show to your privacy. So, how's everything been going ever since things gone with you? All right. Look like we'll bring him back here in a minute. Looks like he's having difficulties. Let's see. All right, guys. He's having a little difficulties with his internet or phone. So we'll bring him back on here once he comes back. But as you guys know, Paul is a great guy. Call him Ninja Turtle. He's been fighting at the Cotton Eye Joe. His last fight was canceled. The guy pulled out, I guess. So he's got a fight coming April 2nd. We'll talk about that as soon as he comes back here at the second intermission. So everybody that's having a fight on this card, April the 2nd in Cotton Eye Joe, if you guys know Rolando Hood, the Dream Killer, that boy, he's fighting April 2nd. So you guys, if they have a website you go to for pay-per-view or any other things, look on him, man. This man is a killer. He'll kill your dreams. So get a chance. You guys watch this fight on April 2nd. Dream Killer is going to be there. Paul, a bunch of other guys. So just keep your eye on that. Here's Paul. Let's see if we got him now. You back, bro?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I connected my earphones and then poof, it disappeared.
Okay. So we were discussing about how, I already said I wouldn't talk about your privacy of what happened, during your time with working full time and get ready for your training. So what motivation you have going into your fight coming up on April 2nd?
Since this is my last MMA fight, I'm going out with a bang. So one of us is going to sleep. I don't care how it ends or anything. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. I just know me and Chris Barnes, my opponent. we are going out with what we already told each other. We want to make each other swell and bleed. So I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to going out there and wrecking his shit.
So,
Or get my.
hey man, last time I talked to you, you were like, you were more energetic when I had you and Brian on my show, and you were like, you were ready for that fight coming up in January, and it got called off, and I was ready to see you bang. And I was telling the viewers here that you have another fighter on your card that I love and I support, and you know who he is, the Dream Killer.
Lorenzo Hood.
Yeah, that boy.
I finally get to meet him. We got the same management staff. I finally get to meet him.
That is, I just can't believe he's on that card. He should be fighting in the UFC right now. That man has got power, the passion to fight, and there's nothing like stopping him. And I mean, it's excited to have him on your card. So when in the future, you'd be like, hey man, this guy's in the UFC and he was fighting where I was at. So it's going to be quite a matchup.
Yeah, I've actually fought on cards with a couple of UFC fighters, Cody Durden, Joe Selecki. I fought on the card with both of them when they both were Emmys, actually. And Cody was a pro when I fought with him last. I fought him right after he took the Valor 135 title.
So there's a lot of things that last time I talked to you, we talked about this bare knuckle fighting and stuff. Are we going to see you back in the bare knuckle fighting or toe the line anytime soon?
Just say I had a little birdie reach up to me the other day for something in July, is all I can say. Can't tell you
that would be.
I can't tell you if it's for BKFC. I can't tell you if it's for Total Line or BYU.
Yeah, I've heard. The BKFC is getting huge. I mean, that promotion is just gonna get bigger and bigger, and it's gonna be a lot more events happening in the West Coast and in the East Coast. Florida's getting a lot of this, and I pray that David brings BKFC in Arizona, because I'm gonna hit that show like nobody's never hit. Because I'm
hoping they come to South Carolina. Reason why? Because South Carolina has legalized the 2-versus-2 fighting, so I don't see why they couldn't legalize bare knuckle fighting in South Carolina too.
So what the toe the line, is that a little bit different? Is it like the under promotion under BKFC?
The way I look at it is like Dana White Contender Series, but it's the toe the line for the bare knuckle.
Okay, so it's like earn your way to the BKFC type thing.
Right, and it's pretty much a feeder thing. Is to see if you got what it takes. So basically, you go out there and show you can get that contract, or you go out there and show out. I mean, you never know. They'll be like, hey, Paul, you want to fight for the BKFC? Yeah, I'm here.
So are we going to see Nick Green hair April 2nd? You know what? Let's do this. Let's take a 30-second break real quick and show my Tiger Life video real quick. Come back and let's talk about what's going to happen April 2nd. We're going to talk about the fighter you're going to be facing, and we'll go from there. Let's do a 30-second break real quick. Energy that never tasted so good by Tiger Life. If you guys never had this energy drink, give it a try. They got a website. If you're interested, just message me. I'll be glad to give you some more info about Tiger Life. And I'm sure the Ninja man, Turtle himself, tried Tiger Life. Have you?
Oh,
What do you
yeah.
think about it?
I actually enjoy it. I really enjoy Tiger Life. I gave it to me after my Total Line fight. First time I ever had it then.
All right, what are you eating, man? Because you're making me hungry now.
Sorry, I'm eating a piece of grilled chicken from the cookout restaurant that's over here.
All right, so okay, this picture that might be a little better there. All right, so last time I talked to you, your training and everything, you were so like ready for this fight, and that guy backing out, and that was I guess, supposed to be your last fight with MMA. So now you got a fight coming up April 2nd. This is what everybody's talking about. And as you know, I used to live in Tennessee for 10 years, and I went to Cotton Eye Joe dancing a lot. So I know what this place is like. So give us a take on your fight April 2nd against, I can't read his name in the background. What's his name?
Chris Bonds.
Okay, there we go. It's behind my chair. All right, so what do you think about this opponent that you're facing April 2nd?
He's a very delicate very delicate striker. He don't swing unless he's committing to it. Like I watched his fights when he was an amateur. We fought on the same card. I actually knocked his teammate out with that spinning back fist that went worldwide on YouTube. And so he told me he didn't know if he should take this personal or not. He said, "You know what? Make me bleed, and we'll make you bleed. Let's just do it all together and have a blast." He said, "It's your last fight." He said, "I know you coming hard because you gonna want to be out there and showing out." And another thing, this guy's a referee. So not many people get to punch a referee in the face.
Man, it's
cool. But there's been some shit talking this time. So make sure y'all tune in to the weigh-in because the weigh-ins might get a little heated.
so your MMA record. What's your MMA record right now?
1-2.
So your goal is to finish the 500 on your last fight.
Right.
So that would be like a good finish for you. You know, stepping out and going on to something different. So how do you feel giving up MMA and going for something else?
Like, I don't want to give up MMA. Like, I don't really want to. I just don't have the extra time to be able to train jiu-jitsu and then go train boxing. But my MMA gym is a whole MMA gym, but we don't technically have a jiu-jitsu coach right now. So I'm having to go somewhere else. I'm having to go somewhere else for that. So I just don't have the time with working, being a father of 5, and all that. I just don't really have the time or the support like I used to, and the dedication. I just don't have that fire burning no more. But with bare knuckle, I've just got to train basically in boxing, and that's one gym. Which my MMA coach is my boxing coach as well. So that's that one gym, and that's all I really have to go to is train there with him. Get my hands better, and in my French terms, fuck shit up.
Yeah. So I want to ask you a quick question. I'm looking at you right now with your glasses on. You know, you don't have your green hair or whatever you wear during your fights. But I'm looking at the post.
Right,
I'm looking at the poster. It looks totally different. How old is this picture? Like 20 years ago?
That picture's probably 3 or 4 years ago, actually.
I was like, these guys are making you look like you're like 20 years ago, man. That's a pretty good like poster right there for you.
Yeah, they took it off of one of my other fight off one of my fight pictures on one of my Facebook pages, which I like that picture. It was a good picture.
Yeah, I know, because I kept looking. I was like, man, that's not Paul. The Paul I interview looks a little different. He had green hair sometimes. You know, he's like he's got.
I like to have green hair and a green beard in this picture.
That's true. So, give us your take on what your prediction is going to be for this fight. I know that this guy I'm not sure if he's. Seems like he's a pretty big fella by looking at this picture, and like I tell people, the picture is just a picture. It's not the actual person showing up in the ring. It's the person that you have to fight in you to beat the person across you. So, what would your prediction to be against this guy?
Well, we're fighting at 170, which my home weight class is 155. His home weight classes used to be 45 and 55, but over the years he's more of a 70er. But he said he could. But if I wanted to fight to be, oh, sorry, if I wanted the fight to be at 55 or 60 or 65, he said he can make it. He wouldn't like to make it, but he can make it. So we both agreed on 170. Give or take a couple of pounds. If he comes in a couple over, I come in a couple over. We're fine. It's okay. We're both the same weight when we walk around at anyway. So regardless, we're going in to fight. But to give you my outtake on how this match is gonna go, I respect Chris so much. I usually call my fights. I usually say I'm gonna finish this fight within the first 3 minutes. Well, I'm not gonna be able to call this fight because I know me and Chris are gonna go out there and bang. Hey, he could drop in 30 seconds. I could drop in 30 seconds. He could drop in 9 minutes and 59 seconds. Shit, nobody knows. It's gonna be. I'm just looking at it for this fight to be my last fight. It's gonna be a fun fight because I know Chris is coming to bang. So the way I'm looking at it, and I say this to Chris, if I'm gonna make sure I tag him in this, I say this to Chris. Just bring it, and how everything's go. I would like to finish you within a minute just because this is my last fight, but it's going to be a fun fight. I respect you 100% of the way, even though there's been some shit talking and some trash talking, but we'll fix that way. It's fine. Don't worry about that. You're still my brother. It's okay. I still love you. And make sure you always eat your vegetables before your fight.
Hey, so with the fight coming up, give us a little bit more about the full support you have from your family, your friends, your sponsors. How is the emotion going into this fight? Like knowing it's not going to be probably your last MMA fight, but to support you in your further career in another promotion. So how's your support system feel about this?
Well, to make this fair, this will more than likely be my last MMA fight. The reason why I'm saying that because I made a post a few days ago. If I couldn't sell 10 tickets, well, sorry. Now, if I don't sell these last 4 tickets, it will be my last fight. Like I just need to sell 4 more tickets. If I sell these 4 tickets, I will love to fight another day in MMA. But if I don't sell these next 4. My retirement match will be able to stay from MMA, and I will stick to bare knuckle because I had a lot more. I know I had a lot more support from bare, even though I wasn't there, because they knew they knew how my crazy ass. Excuse me. How one of my roommates said it. My crazy white ass is crazy enough to do about anything. That I will go out and I will throw bare knuckles and not give a damn because I have never been in a street fight. So I never knew what bare knuckles felt like. But now that I had a little piece of it, that's how I feel. That's how I taste. That's how I really want it.
So,
but don't get me wrong. If I sold these 4 tickets, April 2nd would not be my retirement match, and I will be back. But I got to sell these 4 tickets in 3 days.
All right. So here's what I'll do for you. I don't know if my friends at Facebook, I'm familiar with a lot of people in Clinton, Tennessee, and Knoxville area. So I don't have any of the friends out there because I wasn't really friendly with those people. Well, let me share this to a page, and if I can find it, and try to get those tickets sold for you. Let's see if I can help those people come support you.
Jeffrey Fuller, if you can do that, I promise you, Fuller Broadcast 247 will be bright that night. I promise you that. Lit up that night. Promise you.
So let me see what I could do. We got what? 3 days to sell these tickets?
Right, and I have a ticket link that I can send you.
All right. I'll do the best I can to get this out for you and try to get some people to purchase them tickets for you. I'll have them message you if they ever get in contact with me. So let's get those tickets sold for you, man. And you're a great guy, and you've been through a lot, and all the training and getting this fight going, man. I can't wait to see. Is it going to be on the TV or internet or anything to watch?
They have a pay-per-view link. They have a pay-per-view link I can.
He pooped.
Okay. All right. I'll make sure. Send me that site, and then I'll share it. And so a lot of people can try to watch it. And, there's a lot of promotions I've been helping out that, don't get a lot of pay-per-view watchers. So hopefully, they'll watch it at home because they live too far. So we'll go from there.
I want to say it might be $15. I'm not 100% sure. I don't watch myself fight most of the time. I don't even watch my opponents fight. I've only watched one of my opponents' fight videos my whole career. One of my opponents, because not everybody fights the same. So there's no point. Like, you might be watching to see what they like most of the time, but really, the only fight I've actually watched, I just watched Bobby Taylor, who I fought for my bare knuckle debut. I watched him just because I just wanted to see how his hands work, because he had a boxing background. So I found a couple of his boxing videos, was able to not figure what he liked. So it helped me a little bit.
All right, guys, check this out. Paul Ninja Turtle needs your help. So if you're watching this video, when I share it, anybody in the Knoxville area, Clinton, trying to think the other part, Clarksville, anywhere, if you guys have a chance, this fight is going to be April the 2nd at Cotton Eye Joe. That's a friendly, fun place. They got dancing, they got beer, you name it. So let's get out there and help Paul, support him, get these tickets sold, and let's watch him. So is there anything you'd like to say to your sponsor, friends, or anybody out there?
Yes, I would definitely give a shout. I gotta give a shout out to Guaranteed Motors LLC in Spartanburg, South Carolina. They're one of my big number one sponsors. He's been with me for the past 3 fights. Man, Drew is an awesome guy. He trains in BJJ as well, so he's familiar with the atmosphere of the MMA fighting and everything. He's a badass dude. He's got some of the best used reliable cars I have seen in a while. Like, he don't give you that. He don't give you that piece of shit like a normal car salesman talk. He sells you good stuff. Also, I'll give a shout out to I can't remember the whole name of it. Up under the Suntan Salon and Spa. I got to give a shout out to Taylor Alexander for coming aboard being my sponsor for this fight. I've known her for a long time. I wanted to help her get her business out there too. Hey, never know. I'll show up one day and get me getting that tanning bed, because as you can tell, I'm pale like Casper over here. But yeah, make sure y'all definitely go by. If you're in Union, South Carolina, check out Under the Sun Tan. Awesome place. Awesome place. Great people, great business. Can't go wrong with it. Also got to give a shout out to a heavy metal band called Redefined. They're actually they've been sponsoring me since June 2018. They've been one of my sponsors since then. They've been awesome. If you like the heavy metal music, check out the band Redefined. They're nominated in upstate South Carolina for best EP, best vocalist, best music video. Like, they have been awesome. They are growing. They are awesome. And I can't say enough. But Dustin Snow, Jordan Caprella, I appreciate everything y'all do to me. And my fight song that I'm actually coming out to isn't by them, but it's by their vocalist, Jordan Caprella. His name is Sleep. He's a rapper too. His name's Sleep Deprived. I'm coming out to his song named Suicide King by him and Midnight Yami. Midnight Yami he's kind of a big thing. Check it out if you listen to rap. Pretty nice, pretty badass song. It's my fight song for April 2nd. Check it out. Also, I gotta give a shout out to Jeffrey Fuller Broadcast 247 for having me on. If it wasn't for you, Jeffrey, man, dude, you message me all the time randomly just to tell me, hey, and ask me how my day's doing. I do the same thing for you because you're a great dude, man. Like you're an awesome guy. You're an awesome individual. I hate I've never met you, but I'm willing. I'm looking to meet you sometime in my life.
I appreciate that, man. Really appreciate that. Like I tell a lot of fighters out there, I'm not here to. I'm poor, but I like to help you guys get known out there. You know, let everybody explore each fighter, get fans. You know, you guys need fan base. You guys need a lot of support. You guys go out there and do what we don't do. You know, you fight, you do stuff to be able to support your family, you know. So I'll try to get some of these fans and everybody to understand what you guys do. So what I do is I fully support all fighters that get in the game, getting their face beat up, broken legs, broken arms, no matter what. The support that I give you guys is 1,000%. And it's good to get the feedback from you guys, helping you guys. So that's what I like to do.
And I also want to give a shout out to another heavy metal band called Phil. Their lead vocalist. You wouldn't expect that man to have vocals like he does, but that man got some vocals. They're more of death metal, black metal than they are heavy metal, but it's still metal. It's still rock your faces off. Dustin Mitchell's a badass dude, great guy. Also, last but not least, I got to give a shout out to my boys at No Mercy MMA, aka the Goon Squad, Valley Breakfield, Tyrell Johns, aka Woo Woo. I got to give a shout out to Stonehead Ron Jackson. He just got back down from Michigan. He's getting me. He's making sure my hands are ready for this fight coming up. Also, I got to give a shout out to 4 important people in my life besides my kids. My kids know I love them. But I got to give a shout out to my coach, Bradley Pruitt. He's been with me through basically through my whole career. I met him on my third fight, and he's been my started off as a teammate, then became my coach. He's been a mentor to me. He's been just an amazing guy to me in general about everything. And he whips my ass into shape. He has whipped my ass into shape a lot. He's whipped my ass a lot. He's recovering from his broke neck. Now that he's getting better after a good year in, I'm looking forward to getting beat up again by him. But I also got to give a shout out to my father, Kenny Teague. He's always been my support. He's one of my biggest supporters. He's also he's not one of my MMA coaches, but he's always been one of my cornermen. He's got a familiar voice, and he knows what he's talking about because he's been in the game so long now with me, so he knows what he's talking about. I got to give a shout out to my sister, Stephanie, because I would not be the guy I am today without my sister. Because if I didn't have my sister, I don't really know. My sister kept me insane in the membrane, but I love her. And I got to give a shout out to my wife, Alexis. We've had our ups and downs. We've had our divorce talks, our arguments, and everything. But in the end of the day, she's my number one. My number one everything. I love her, and I'm hoping we can get her to try. I can get her to try for American Idol again next year. Cause she got to go to Teague a couple of years ago, but she got strep throat. Just couldn't really do anything with it.
All right, man. I appreciate you being on my show, taking the time. I know you've been working a lot, and we're supposed to have you on Sunday. So I wish you the best April 2nd, and I will get your name out there, try to help you get those tickets sold, and wish you the best, man.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. And make sure, I love you, and always eat your vegetables, please.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for being on the Fuller Broadcast 24/7 Sports News. Have a good night, and hopefully I'll be able to watch you April 2nd.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. You heard it from the Ninja Turtle. I apologize for all the technical issue with the Wi-Fi's or what's going on. Not sure if it was on his side or mine, but we will continue to try to make this better. So, Ninja Turtle is fighting April 2nd. Show him some support. If you guys live near Knoxville, Tennessee, Clinton area, whatever, check this out. Message me or message Paul. He will get his tickets and go watch him fight. There's other fighters on that card are exciting to see, like Alonzo Hood, the Dream Killer. Get ready to watch him April 2nd too. So thank you for being on my show, and I'd like to give my sponsors a little shout out here today. I'd like to thank Steve Tyson, the Hitman, who helped me get fighters on my show to talk about their stories from the past, the future fights coming up, their training, any stories that have to be told. It could be from their fights, just stuff. So if you guys want your story told about your recent fights, your past, if you're retired, please message me, and I'll be glad to get you on my show. Thank you, Steve Tyson, Hitman. Have a good day. All right, now we got Craft by Eve, Evels, Washington. She personalized gift and crafts. If you guys need hats, sweaters, hoodies, glasses, wine glasses, any logo with you can put your wife's name on there, your kids' pictures, anything that you like to have on them. She will take those and do it for you. She's really hard. She's a good hard worker. She works by herself. So if you want to give her a text at 240-405-8008, she'd be glad to help you out. Get you some logos made on some shirts, hats, wine glasses, anything you like to have. Thank you, Evelyn. Next, if you look on the top left or right-hand corner, wherever you D&D Custom Baits makes some great baits. He sends me some fishing baits for you guys to win prizes on. So I have a drawing coming up here soon. Once I get 20 to 40 names, I'm going to announce 2 winners. You're going to win a shirt, and you're going to win some baits. So if you're interested, get in this drawing now, put your name, and I'll be glad to get you a win. So make sure everybody tuned in on my new show tomorrow morning. Morning Coffee with Jeff Fuller. I will have David Feldman, the president of BKFC, on my show tomorrow on Morning Coffee with Jeff Fuller. So stay tuned for some more exciting shows. Have a good night from the Fuller Broadcast.
Hey man, I gotta know. What are they biting on?
The end of my line. Here, try one of these finesse crawlers from D&D.
D&D baits are top quality baits in a large variety of colors and styles. D&D baits have been proven to work better than the national brands in the waters here in the Pacific Northwest. They create their baits custom to the water conditions. D&D makes the baits no one else will have. Catch D&D baits on Facebook. Land more fish.